Welcome to Warblog and part 3 of the Qantara and Firdan scenario. The first stage of this sector of Operation Badr, crossing the Suez against the Barlev line in the opening of the Yom Kippur War. We've sort of, from memory, just done this section here. So we sort of crossed the line. There's the Suez through all these minefields near El Qantara, and have essentially broken through like this. As you can see, that's a fairly effective opening. And down here, we've yet to take our turn. But as you can see, we've already made a significant breakthrough there. Now this is going to be, I think, easier or better going than that, and that's fairly effective. So, just looking at it, four depressions, 9.5, so that unit in there, it's not worth much. He's not worth much. That is four depressions, so there's a fairly hefty stack there, but still not worth much. The 77th Battalion of the 7th Armoured, and they're fairly fresh. So these two units are a threat. This one is pretty much good to go. These ones are not going to hold up too much, so it might be good to push through there. So if we just sort of possibly have a look at that closer up, what we're sort of saying is pushing through there, and there, I would guess. So we're ignoring that and ignoring this section here. I think this is the one to concentrate on. We're out of air power, but we've probably got some artillery. So what to focus on? Now we've obviously used up these anti-tank units. And artillery. So it looks like all we've got left is the ground offensives. So he's already moved. Might be able to push him out. Well, that's not going to be able to move. He's not going to be able to move. Nor will he. Nor will he. So there's no point in them really, although they might want to recover. So he's on 0 depressions. So what we really want to do is use this 120th Brigade of the 2nd Infantry. Now that should do it. That is absolutely stupid. I'll tell you why in a bit. It's not stupid, but I didn't put them all in there because I wanted to recover them, but they've moved anyway, so it would have made no difference, but I did it anyway. So we pushed that unit back, or eliminated him, I think. But these other units in there, they can't do anything, and they're not going to recover, so they could have taken part in that battle. Now he can move, so we can push him into there, and then try and push further onto that unit. And then these guys push through there. Well, if he's worth about half, got 5.5 movement there, 5.5 there, 5.5. Now the thing is, we've got to fight with them, otherwise they won't be able to move. What I think I'm going to do is punch this one back, move into there and attack that stack. Or do I want to attack that and then attack that? Might get 3 attacks out of this if I'm careful. This is the one where we really need to sort of think. Well, this is where we got the greatest opportunity, I think. I don't know which one to take. 77th Battalion of the 7th Armoured. So if we attack that, we'll probably win, giving us a guaranteed attack against that, which we might win, and we might have something left to attack that. That's going to be worth 12. These are going to be worth probably slightly more than 12 because they're not quite half. So we attack that, and then attack that. Attacking that will just push him back. It's like an easy, guaranteed win. Yeah, let's just do it. We want to include that guy. I don't know. Do we want to include him in that attack? Because these 2 units can attack that. Although he's got a depression 12.5. I mean, he basically doesn't exist, so that's out of the window. And 4.3. We really need to reinforce that stack. There's a bridge there. What we could do, we could swap, but they've got no movement. Let's at least reinforce that hex. Okay. 3 turns, 4 turns. Okay, so we're just going to use these 3. Although, to be quite honest, I only really need to use 1. Pushed him back, so he should be on a depression 6 now. Depression 7. Okay, attacking here. Well, the thing is, we don't want to really move him because we've got an attack. But we want to put everything into that, I think. See, he's not going to move anywhere, is he? So let's go for this with all of that. I'm not going to include all of these units because I want to exploit with those. Although that might actually be a good idea because they're just completely free, aren't they? No, I'm going to commit this attack. Oh well, I wasn't. Oh, I should have included those. I don't know, I'm always trying to be a bit too greedy with the optimization of things. Should have included all of these. Okay, well, one of these guys is going to take out that air defense unit, and he's eliminated. That's good. Okay. So what we want to do there, to be quite honest, we could do this. What I'm thinking of is attacking this and then moving to there. Anti-tank into that. Possibly 4. Bring up to 5.3. Nope, that's not a good move. So he'd be worth about 10. We can get 8, 16, 21. So that'll be 37. That could be a 3 to 1, but we're going to be down a factor because we've got mechanized against armor. That's our top coordinate, so it might be a 2 to 1. I think I'm going to do it because I want to commit. I don't think it's going to be so overwhelming. We've got 10% bonus for the surround. So we're 10% up, but down because of the odds, the sort of factor ratio. 2 to 1 exchange. That's not bad because we can afford the exchange. We just got to keep pushing him up. I mean, we should have really done it differently, but well, that's it. Not brilliant. Could do an attack against that. 8 versus 2. That'd be a 4 to 1. Let's go for it. Probably a 3 to 1. Down to a 2 to 1 exchange. Oh well. Well, that's that. Let's just review things. Okay. I'm happy with that. The Israelis have 2 fighters. This is where it sort of gets interesting. What do they do with those? Now, on their first turn, because we didn't think ahead, the Egyptians don't have any air superiority in place. We've got 2 attacks. So I think the question is what to do, where to defend. Now, what I'd like to do is maybe start hitting some of this artillery. That would be good. Because that does so much damage. Maybe this lot. They have been hit before as well for some reason. Maybe I tried to hit them before. Don't remember. Okay, artillery. .5, 4.6. Okay, and airstrikes. All that air defense, look. Oh, we got through. And we routed one of the artillery units. We might not be able to do that next time. But that wasn't such a bad sort of thing to do, because that unit's now at 9.2, and I think that will affect his firepower. Should have started targeting and doing counter battery fire a lot earlier. I think it's now time to start sort of maybe giving up on these defences. Got nothing to counter attack with over there. Really need to start falling back, I think, at the very least. Okay, so we've got some artillery in here. Well, he's at 8 point. That might be worth firing at that. Oh, let's just get the artillery this way as well. So, fingers crossed. No, but that's now up to 7.9, and he's at 10.2, which means we could probably attack them. Depression's 4, depression's 4.6, depression's 2. It's like watching geriatric people fighting each other. Got him. Or at least we've got one of them. Try an attrition here. Yeah, that would have been a 1 to 3 odds, so we got something on him at least. Okay. He's fresh. He's not, he's going to die, so we might as well move him out of the picture. Okay. We want to do some kind of attack there. Oh. There's too much to lose. I'm going to take a pounding anyway. Oh, look at that. 3-1 and DR. That's good because that gives us some extra movement. Let's move to there. Okay. Well, that's good because now he's at depressions 2. Thing is, I don't want to lose that bit there. It is tempting though. Two to one. Ah, yes. So we've got that line there. I'm going to try and fall back with these, and he's suitably hurt. That's about it, really. Right, well, the Egyptians, they've got to think about CAP now, counter-air patrol. Now they're going to have about 6 next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we really want to put 8 in there. Okay. Breaking through, well, obviously we've got these 2 main roads here. Now breaking through here, I mean, we can, what I'd like to do, somehow cut their retreat off. Let's move him there. There. We should be able to go there and there. Okay, so what do we need against that? Well, he's going to be about 0.7. So just one of these units should do it. Okay. Freeze him up. I'm not. I just want to push him out of the way. Yep, that's quite conveniently out of the way. Let's put in some of this artillery. Should have softened them up a bit. 3-1 and a DR. Allowing us to move there. Let's try a couple of artillery rounds on that. A couple of artillery barrages. Seven to 1 and a DE. Should be able to get 2 attacks out of this if we win this one. Yep. Punch through into that. Okay. So we can move him now, opening up this gap to push this front down a bit. We're going to push him across there. That was not great. It's actually fresh. Let's use everything. Oh, we'll get some air powers though. Okay, let's see how much artillery we can get on them. Let's put 2. See what that does. .95, 1.6. Put a bit of air power on there. Okay, and I don't feel like trying to pull a tight margin on this. Just do it. So we would only need it about 36. So we'd twice as much as we needed. Oh dear. Okay. Well, should be able to get 7 to 1 there. Let's just see if we can tenderize them a little. 0.4 DE. Okay, we haven't got anything there, but I don't think they're going to really be doing much, and he's not going to be doing much either. No, I don't want to be moving anyone else through these minefields. I think I've got enough. Oh, look, he's available. And so he will be as well. No, he's anti-tank, not an engineer. Right. There's nothing else sort of available to move. I think that I'm not entirely happy with that being unoccupied, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. They can move there, and he can move there, and that's about it. And then we'd be able to just do everything. I mean, that this line it doesn't exist anymore. So we got 2.6 there, 4, 4, 5, 5.3, 1. So they're all sort of middle range. He's dead. So we could punch that, try and get a surround on this unit, try and eliminate this stack, push down here at the very least, or we could just start moving this stuff this way. I think that's what I might do, is just move these units there, and then these infantry units can move into there. So taking out this, I think this would be the first thing to do, and we can take that, move in there, attack that, which is 6, and then move into there. That might work. Get some artillery in there first. Do we want to use artillery on something like that though? It's going to be worth 1. If we use him, we should get 1 to. We should get 7 to. We should get 7 to 1 here. Yep. So he's retreated to there, which is okay. So we can then he's at 8, he's at 6. We can do it again. This will free up our movement for another turn. Hopefully allow us to move and exploit down here. There's air power on that. Up to 50%, so he's worth 6 now. The artillery, we can push into there. Yep. 0.5. Okay, well that's about as good as it's going to get. So we need to push whatever we can into there. Well, that's good, so he's now routed. What's he worth? Quite tough. I'm just going to use everything. We will get a DE and he will be removed regardless. DR. Oh, he was eliminated. Okay, so he's a bit of an issue. They're in the open. I was tempted to give the Israelis a little more artillery in the setup. I don't want to make it so that it's an even battle, but I think it would be a lot more interesting if they had just even 2 more artillery pieces. See, I mean, they're 6, 3. So they're not weak. Could we push it? 'Cause it could be like a 3-to-1 plus our advantage for being mechanized. We've got here. Oh, the spoils of war. Okay. So we push that because there's nothing there. I mean, that stack doesn't exist. He's at 4.2, 4.5. Oh, I'm not going to waste artillery on that. It should still be a 7-to-1, 4-to-1, but we eliminated all of them. That was lucky. Doesn't give me the movement there. Might still have some movement with that one. Right. That would be a tempting target. They're all tempting. It's at 5. So we're at 6. We're depressed ourselves. I really want to hit that as well, though, just to get rid of that artillery unit, just so it's out of the picture. It's probably not worth much, but I can never decide. I can never remember whether or not artillery gets pinged down if it's at 10 depression. It probably won't be able to hurt anyone, but I can never recall that. It could be that it's still firing at 10. I'm not sure. So I'm going to use everything against that stack because it's only got one shot left in it. I mean, in actual fact, let's see what one artillery shot does. If we get a rout, that's good enough for me. No, of course not. My word, I mean, that artillery unit is really tough. Depression's 12. Okay. Well, let's put in some artillery. No effect, no effect. That's just what we wanted. Not really, but you know, just saying. Eliminated. Eliminated. Okay, so we routed the air defense. Feeling lucky. Might not be good odds. Maybe a 2-to-1. Maybe a 3-to-1. We routed the infantry unit, but the artillery unit is still hanging in there. Or did we? Maybe he wasn't in there. What am I thinking? That's odd. That is very odd. Because 154 was in there, and it was 154 that routed, but it's used an infantry unit as the image, which is odd. Let's reload that. Okay, so we've sort of pretty much pushed through here. What have we got here? Sort of possibly move him there, maybe. No. Well, it's 51 minutes, so I think we can safely say that we've crossed the Suez. I'm just going to end this turn quickly because I want to see whether the Israelis get anything worth thinking about. Right, so now they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that is very interesting. They still haven't got any reinforcements on. I'm not going to do any ground attacks. I mean, they're basically, it's just a case of sort of trying to sort of do whatever they can. We've still got a bit of a line in the centre. We can maybe protect these 2 hexes. But, you know, it's game over, really. But what we do have, because there are some reinforcements, but what we have is this. And let's do it. So we're going for air superiority. The aircraft are all pretty much the same, 3 3s. We're just down 1. Now, I've seen these things go completely the opposite way, but it's always interesting to do this type of stuff. So Israel has air superiority. So the first round was an Israeli Mirage versus an Egyptian MiG. The Defender was aborted, so the Egyptian MiG was aborted. So he should have now 4 in there. But the next one was an Israeli Mirage versus an Egyptian MiG, and so we got more than them, 9 and 8. But we eliminated. That was absolutely surreal. Egypt didn't win any battles. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is surreal because they've now got 7 aircraft and they will have air superiority. Almost makes them. This is the first time I've ever played a game sort of through, and this obviously this is a historic scenario, and obviously the Egyptians did win. How they won and whether this is anywhere near any reflection on what happened is, you know, is both debatable and irrelevant. You know, so it's not sort of, oh well, you know, could we have done something more to win? But I think playing it through, there's some subtleties that we could sort of adjust. If I give the Israelis just a couple more artillery things, I think that would spice the game up. It wouldn't give them sort of like, it wouldn't make it an equal game. But it sort of seems to me that they didn't really have much artillery. And I would have thought that the Bar-Lev line would have been stuffed with artillery. So I am tempted to sort of make it, because the minefields and the crossing is really devastating. I mean, they go into these and they, you know, they lose. Now, the other thing I did think about was crossing with engineer, building the bridge, sending the engineer over, clearing the minefield and coming through like that. But these are all alternative strategies. I'm going to sort of leave it there, but essentially these units, I mean, you know, the Israeli gameplay isn't particularly wild. I mean, he might as well just stay there and recover. So he'll hold his ground there. Can push all this stuff back like this to form a line like that. Push this guy here and here to form a line like that, you know, with the intention of going this way, but we're not going to get there. And at some point, I think turn 7, the Israelis will get their armoured units on. Now, there's not a lot of them, but they should be able to give a punch. And now that they've got air superiority, and it looks like they're going to maintain air superiority, it'll be really interesting to see whether or not they can actually turn the tide. So if you think that's interesting, stay tuned. Okay, I'll switch later. Cheerio.